Hello everyone, I'm Laodang Fendai Ro's 5th batch of samples. One piece of good news, one of bad news. The good news is its sound might indeed be more muffled. So it's just a little bit closer to the previous one. Maybe it's just a little more stuffy. And what about the bad news? Its axial stability issue remains unresolved. Then old Deng thought really several days. After thinking about it for days, how should I describe this thing? To put it nicely, he pursued perfection. To put it bluntly, I really feel a bit sick. It's all about the subtle differences in sound and feel. I personally feel it's unnecessary, Sai, but you just want to mess with him. And in the end, it's all about weighing it carefully. Sound and tactile feel, and the price should be measured by these 3 points. So, the old lamp is high above, quietly holding it in and making one last effort. Continue working hard to get the 6th batch of samples in the end. The 6th batch of samples. If the 6th batch of samples still can't be met, Laodang will have to lower its requirements. Because I asked if you open the door, the cost is too high. That cost was unbearable. So, in the end, there are roughly 2 outcomes. One is D2P sample A very satisfied. So, let's go straight to a high-quality high-speed door hinge. We can sell this shaft long-term. Another issue is that the DLUV project still isn't working. Then let's lower our standards. In response, mainly the requirements for the handrail will be reduced. Then prices will come down too. These are the 2 most likely outcomes. And then, for comparison, the term number is the 5th sample. The 5th sample. Its core is mainly a new one. The material is softer and more subdued. This is a new material from this manufacturer. So far, there are no switches made of this material on the market. And these 2 are the ones from the previous 4. Among the samples, the batch with the best freshness preservation performance was selected. Now, here is a powder belt for everyone to compare. Regarding the cause and state, let's first listen to the crisp switch. That sucking ear is because of the comparison between muted switches and muted switches. If there are, the dull switch will look more fragile in contrast. This is a fragile shaft. This is the sound he has. The pink ribbon shaft suddenly got suffocated. Huh? Pink ribbon. Then the head is high and gloomy. Sigh. The gap is even more obvious. This device records a bit more crisply. I hope I can record it for everyone, and it should be fine. Because I had recorded an episode before, and you could hear it in the video. Powder belt shaft. Gao2 is dull, and this quiet voice is obviously even more muffled. Then, among the previous 4P samples, the high-end dull was the best performing. I should be able to tell it. My ears can tell quite clearly. It was this 5B sample and his voice was indeed warmer. And that lubricating sensation is still there. The lubricant is still there. No mutated teeth. This is especially fortunate. Laodang isn't chasing the ultimate scent. I pursue the ultimate and pleasant mahjong sound. Sometimes the sound is really muffled. But it just gets dry and flat. That hoarse voice keeps you safe to hear. So I keep this moisturizing feel. And then, this is Fendai VR and this is D5P. Oh right. How should we put Fendai? Is it just a comparison between the pink dye switch and the Gao2 gate? In fact, if you compare them this way, the pink dye switches are considered fragile. But, compared to real jade elbow, Fendan is still dull. Then there's Fendan VR, the 5th batch of samples and the best performing batch before. This gap is very faint, very weak. But old Deng's personal judgment. His 5th batch of samples was indeed more dull. Just a little. Let's go to the limit. Juju, listen slowly. I would feel that the voice would be even more muffled. Now, let's give an extreme example to listen to the previous 4P performance with the best performance. Then the 5th round. Still this one. But so far, among the sounds, the old lamp still likes this one. Then wash your ears. I'm posting this video to give everyone an explanation. So how should I put it? It's really a bit sick. Honestly, I just admit I'm a bit sick myself. It actually includes these 2 axes, and the difference between them is not very large. But how should I put it? It's about pushing the limits. Pursue the limits. It's an extremely beautiful Ma Jianyin. Also, I haven't recorded the drawbacks for everyone. This is the stability of the Van Band. Hey Kiss, and then the 5th batch of high transparency. It just shakes with that impact sound. And the Pink Generation V2 also has the Pink Generation V2, which is even more shaky than this. And this is the fragile switch made from the old lamp, which is exactly what I want. This is basically the tightness that old lamps most want. Shaking without any unusual sound. But it has room to shake. Compared to pinker ribbons, which have some room to move, pinker ribbons basically have no room to move. This axis has a higher margin for error against the greatsword. The sound feels better in hand. And there's still some margin for error with the greatsword. It will not appear. Issues like color card on large items are less likely to occur. This old lamp is in its ideal state. Then, the 5th batch and the first 4 batches. One problem with it is the axis. Feels bad to the touch, I can clearly feel it's quite loose. But actually, it's this axis. Its stability is at the market average. It offers better axial stability than many other gaming switches. It's already quite good, but for the old lamp, I want to do it better, or maybe not even better. Old lamp prefers the one with a more stable shaft. Personally, I prefer a more stable shaft. Like many friends, he plays games. He just likes that especially dry feel with a loose axis. He simply didn't care. As for the axis, its shaft won't rub against the bottom shell or that so-called slider. Then, if the axis is tight, the slider is the axis center, so it brushes against the bottom box. That sliding cabinet will feel like it rubs against it. As for old Deng, he has his own personal preferences. After much comparison, I still prefer a stable switch. It feels good to the touch. It's more uniform, and it won't produce any mines. Can you record it? This is the space for the mine. Then the pink ribbon. This is quite related to the positioning. You can't really tell the difference. Still big fans, still that one is shaking, not that big. This is to be positioned with FR4 to be intact. This is the bubble area. They're soft to begin with. So how should I put it? It means the axis is stable. The feel of pressing up and down is even more direct. You can understand that, right? And then the rebound moment. This one hasn't yet bounced back and has a tremolo. Some shafts have especially loose shafts. When it bounces back, the axis will strike back and forth against this injury cover. Alright, let me give everyone an explanation. So, in the end, there are 2 outcomes. One of them, old lamp, will make one last effort. Put the 6th batch of samples in a high-headed tuck sample. If the ideal state of the old man is not reached. So let's lower the price and dig it out first. Let's use some of the pink tapes first, and they're gone in no time. There are about 10,000 pink ribbons left. I saw about 10,000 pieces. It should be less than 10,000. Alright, old Deng, keep working hard. Then wait for the rest. Wait, later there will be money. Let's open a membrane. That basically fully meets that requirement. Alright, see you in the next video.